PageTunes read. From the pages of PageTunes magazine, monthly number 3, March 2024. Story and artwork by Michael Zygerlig. Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Shoggoth. It was a night like any other in the ancient German forest. Stars glittered overhead, their light dimmed by the canopy of towering trees. Unbeknownst to the tranquil woods, a celestial spectacle was about to unfold. A meteorite hurtled through the atmosphere, streaking across the sky with breathtaking speed. With a deafening crash, it collided with the earth, shaking the very ground beneath the towering trees, while the wooded expanse stood silent witness to the cosmic event. The impact sent shockwaves through the tranquil surroundings. A fissure formed in the earth, swallowing the meteorite whole. Yet, from within its depths, an otherworldly glow emerged, a pulsating green light that illuminated the darkness. Cracks snaked across the surface of the meteorite, revealing a grotesque appendage, slimy, tentacle-like, adorned with countless eyes. This was a Shoggoth, a creature of cosmic origins, once bound to the earth in eons past, now unleashed upon the unsuspecting realm. Far from the prying eyes of humanity, the Shoggoth stirred, its protoplasmic form pulsating with an insatiable hunger. It had been summoned from the depths of the cosmos, drawn to this realm by forces unknown. As it writhed within its earthly prison, the Shoggoth awaited its moment to emerge, to roam once more in a world ripe for its malevolent desires. And so, under the veil of night, the stage was set for a tale of darkness and deception to unfold. Meanwhile, in a modest cottage nestled amidst the verdant embrace of the forest, a young girl named Little Red Riding Hood prepared for her journey. Her mother, sensing the need for aid, entrusted her with a simple yet vital task: to deliver a basket of provisions to her ailing grandmother who dwelled deep within the labyrinthine woods. Little Red, as she was fondly called by all, eagerly accepted the responsibility, donning her vibrant red cloak and setting out on the familiar path through the ancient trees. Little Red, clad in her signature crimson cloak, embraced her duty with unwavering determination. She ventured forth into the dimly lit forest, the faint rustle of leaves and the occasional hoot of an owl serving as her companions on this solitary trek. As she treaded along the winding woodland trails, the air thick with the scent of pine and earth, Little Red remained oblivious to the cosmic events unfolding. Her thoughts were consumed by the simple yet profound task at hand, to bring solace to her grandmother's weary heart. Little did she know, amidst the ancient trees and the whispering winds, a sinister presence lurked, a being of cosmic origins, drawn to her innocence like a moth to flame. The Shoggoth, its form obscured by its power to camouflage with every environment, watched intently as the girl ventured deeper into the heart of the forest, unaware of the peril that awaited her at journey's end. As Little Red journeyed deeper into the labyrinthine depths of the forest, the ancient trees stood like sentinels, their gnarled branches reaching skyward like silent guardians of the realm. The path meandered through dense thickets and winding clearings, each step bringing her closer to her grandmother's cottage. Amidst the tranquil serenity of the forest, the Shoggoth slithered through the undergrowth, its form shifting and undulating. With eyes that gleamed like distant stars, it observed the girl's progress with a hunger that transcended the boundaries of time and space. Cloaked in the guise of a fellow traveler, The Shoggoth intercepted Little Red's path, its form assuming a semblance of humanity to mask its true nature. With deceptive charm, it engaged the unsuspecting girl in conversation, weaving a web of lies and half-truths to conceal its nefarious intent. Little Red, her innocence a beacon in the shadowed woods, shared the details of her journey with the stranger, unaware of the danger lurking behind the facade. As the Shoggoth absorbed her words, its insatiable hunger surged, fueled by the promise of a feast to come, leaving Little Red to continue her journey, unaware of the sinister presence that trailed her every step. With each passing moment, Little Red drew nearer to her destination, her heart lightened by the thought of reuniting with her beloved grandmother. As she approached her grandmother's cottage, the air grew heavy with anticipation, mingled with a sense of unease that she couldn't quite shake. The door stood ajar, a silent invitation to enter, yet something stirred within her, a nagging feeling that all was not as it seemed. Gathering her courage, Little Red crossed the threshold, her senses on high alert as she surveyed the dimly lit interior. There, she beheld the figure of her grandmother lying in bed. Approaching the bedside with cautious steps, Little Red's gaze fell upon the figure before her. Subtle discrepancies caught her eye, a glimpse of torn fabric, a trail of crimson staining the sheets. A sense of dread washed over her as realization dawned. A sinister presence lurked within the confines of the cottage, its malevolent intent concealed beneath a guise of familiarity. With bated breath, Little Red approached the creature before her, her instincts urging her to flee before it was too late. As Little Red's suspicions grew, a chill swept through the air, carrying with it the unmistakable scent of danger. Summoning her courage, Little Red mustered the strength to confront the creature masquerading as her grandmother. "Grandmother," she ventured, her voice quivering with fear, What happened to your clothes? And why is there blood?" The Shoggoth, its form shifting and contorting with deceptive ease, feigned innocence as it replied, "Oh, my dear, it's nothing to worry about. I just had a little accident, that's all." But Little Red's instincts screamed in protest, sensing the falsehood in the creature's words. "But grandmother," she persisted, her voice trembling with dread, "your eyes. They're not like I remember them. And your voice, it sounds different, and your teeth seem to move on their own." The Shoggoth's facade wavered, its true nature flickering beneath the surface. With a sinister grin, it revealed rows of jagged teeth, dripping with saliva. "All the better to devour you with, my dear," it snarled, its voice a haunting echo of her grandmother's. Realization dawned on Little Red with horrifying clarity as she backed away from the bed, her mind racing with fear and disbelief. "You're not my grandmother," she whispered, her voice barely audible above the pounding of her own heart. "You're something else, something monstrous." The Shoggoth's malevolent gaze bore into her, its hunger palpable in the air between them. With a guttural growl, it lunged forward, its slimy tendrils reaching out to ensnare her in their grasp. Panic gripped her heart as she realized the truth. The creature before her was not her beloved grandmother, but something really sinister. With a surge of adrenaline, Little Red backed away from the bed, her mind racing as she sought a means of escape. Yet, before she could flee, the facade crumbled, revealing the true form of the Shoggoth, a monstrous entity of cosmic origins, its eyes gleaming with hunger and malice. Frozen in terror, Little Red watched as the Shoggoth advanced, its form shifting and contorting with unnatural ease. Desperate for salvation, she cast her gaze about the room, her eyes falling upon the open door, a glimmer of hope amidst the encroaching darkness. Summoning her courage, Little Red took a step toward the door, her heart pounding in her chest as she prepared to make her escape. However, before she could reach safety, the Shoggoth's slimy tendrils snaked out, grabbing hold of her with a vice-like grip, pulling her back into the clutches of the cosmic horror. As Little Red struggled against the Shoggoth's grasp, her screams echoed through the cottage, a haunting melody of fear and desperation. Yet, just when all hope seemed lost, a sudden commotion erupted at the open door. Through the threshold burst a hungry wolf, its fierce growls reverberating off the walls as it launched itself at the Shoggoth with primal fury. Caught off guard by the lupine assault, the Shoggoth momentarily released its hold on Little Red, its attention diverted by the unexpected threat. Seizing the opportunity, she wriggled free from its grasp, scrambling toward the safety of the forest beyond. With adrenaline coursing through her veins, she fled back into the woods, leaving the chaos of the cottage behind her. Heart-pounding and breath-labored, Little Red sprinted through the tangled underbrush of the forest, her crimson cloak billowing behind her like a banner of desperation. Every snap of a twig and rustle of leaves a potential danger. The memory of the Shoggoth's grotesque form etched into her mind, like a nightmare she could not escape. Yet, fueled by fear and adrenaline, she pressed onward, driven by an instinctual urge to survive. Behind her, the sounds of chaos echoed through the night, a cacophony of growls and roars, the clash of titanic forces locked in a battle for dominance. As she ran, Little Red dared not look back, her mind consumed by the singular goal of escape. With each passing moment, the forest seemed to stretch on endlessly, its labyrinthine paths twisting and turning like the tendrils of some malevolent beast. Yet, through sheer determination and sheer will, she pushed forward, her resolve unbroken despite the fear that threatened to consume her. As Little Red emerged from the forest, her heart pounding with a mixture of relief and dread, she found herself standing before her mother's quaint cottage. Drawing a deep breath, she approached the door, her hand trembling as she reached out to grasp the handle. With a creak, the door swung open, revealing the cozy interior of the cottage. Her mother greeted her with a warm smile, but as Little Red stepped inside, a shiver crept down her back. Something was amiss. The light in her mother's eyes seemed wrong somehow, an eerie gleam that set her nerves on edge. With a sinking feeling in the pit of her stomach, Little Red backed away, her gaze fixed on her mother's face. The air grew thick with tension as realization dawned. This was not her mother, but a twisted mockery, a creature wearing her mother's skin like a mask. As she watched in horror, her mother's form began to shift, morphing into an ever-changing amalgamation of half-wolf, half-cosmic creature. Without a word, Little Red turned and fled, her footsteps echoing through the silent forest as she sought refuge from the horror that now lurked within her own home. Tears stung her eyes as she ran, her mind reeling with disbelief and fear. As she was racing, a figure stood before her, a huntsman. Relief flooded through her at the sight of another human presence, and she stumbled into his arms, gasping for breath. Yet, as she looked into his eyes, she saw the same otherworldly gleam that had betrayed her mother's true nature. Panic surged through her veins as she pushed away from him, her heart pounding with terror. The huntsman, having shed his disguise, revealed a form different from the other creature. Its head was shaped like a star, with wings protruding from its back, and its body resembled that of a cylindrical plant. As it approached, Little Red could see the determination in its multiple eyes that adorned its star-shaped head, a silent declaration of readiness to confront the looming threat of the Shoggoth. With a swift motion, the thing that was called an elder thing lunged forward, its feelers extending to push aside Little Red. The air crackled with energy as the two ancient beings clashed, their battle a dance of primal forces. The Shoggoth, a writhing mass of tendrils and unfathomable darkness, seemed to shift and pulsate with every movement, its very presence threatening to engulf everything in its path. Now, amidst its form, emerged the menacing features of a wolf, its eyes gleaming with primal hunger, adding a chilling layer of terror to its already grotesque visage. But the elder thing, with its otherworldly form, proved to be a formidable opponent. Its movements were calculated, each strike precise and purposeful. Little Red watched in awe as it maneuvered around the Shoggoth, dodging its attacks with a grace that belied its monstrous appearance. As the cosmic clash between the Elder Thing and the Shoggoth reached its crescendo, the very essence of the universe seemed to shudder in anticipation. The Elder Thing, with a visage both alien and majestic, surged forward with a grace that defied mortal comprehension. Wings, like ethereal tendrils of cosmic energy, extended from its back, pulsating with an ancient power. The Shoggoth, undeterred by the Elder Thing's onslaught, surged forward with a primal fury, its form pulsating with an eldritch energy. Tendrils of darkness lashed out like serpentine tongues, seeking to ensnare the Elder Thing within their suffocating embrace. As the battle raged on, echoes of ancient conflicts reverberated through the air. Memories of a time long forgotten when Elder Things and Shoggoths clashed upon the primordial shores of a young and untamed Earth seeped into the fabric of reality, fueling the fury of the cosmic combatants. With a final decisive blow, the Elder Thing seized hold of the Shoggoth's squirming form, its celestial wings enveloping the writhing mass in a shroud of cosmic energy. With a surge of power, it unleashed a torrent of celestial fire that consumed the Shoggoth in a blaze of unearthly light that enveloped them both, and in an instant they vanished from sight, leaving Little Red standing alone amidst the aftermath of their clash. As the echoes of the cosmic conflict faded into the void, Little Red could only marvel at the spectacle she had witnessed, a testament to the unfathomable mysteries that lurked within the darkest corners of the cosmos. The forest echoed with the eerie silence that followed, broken only by the sound of Little Red's ragged breath. If you've been captivated by the magic of this audiobook, here's how you can immerse yourself even further and support the creation of more enthralling tales for your enjoyment. Unlock the ultimate listening journey with a yearly subscription on PageTunes.com. No interruptions, ad-free, and exclusive access to the full library of audiobooks and ebooks. Download and enjoy captivating stories offline, anytime, anywhere. Whether through subscription or individual purchases, you play a vital role in bringing more enchanting stories to life. Explore the merch store. From cozy hoodies to stylish mugs and much more, every purchase directly contributes to crafting more thrilling tales for your pleasure. Thank you and happy listening.